You're sitting in a busy airport bar, drink in hand, scrolling on your phone. The Wi-Fi is free, it's fast, and you think nothing of connecting. But every day, millions of people expose themselves to serious risks by using public Wi-Fi. According to the National Cybersecurity Alliance, over 60% of Americans have used public Wi-Fi for sensitive activities like banking or email in the past year. A Pew Research study revealed that 43% of users enter credentials on public Wi-Fi without verifying the network first. That means nearly half of public Wi-Fi users are potentially exposing sensitive information every time they connect. In this video, we're going to cover the risks of using public Wi-Fi and how to protect yourself. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps this small channel grow. One of the most common threats to public Wi-Fi users is the man-in-the-middle attack, or MITM. In this scenario, a hacker positions themselves between your device and the Wi-Fi router. As your device sends packets, fragments of emails, passwords, or credit card numbers, these packets can be intercepted and read. The hacker can then manipulate the data in transit, redirecting you to fake websites, or even altering the contents of your messages. Man-in-the-middle attacks exploit weaknesses in Wi-Fi encryption or the lack of it. Many public networks use WEP or open connections. These are outdated and easily cracked. Tools like ARP spoofing allow attackers to impersonate the router, fooling your device into sending data through their system without your knowledge. Even if your data is partially encrypted, poorly implemented SSL certificates or browser vulnerabilities can allow hackers to bypass protections. Another widespread risk of public Wi-Fi is the evil twin network. Hackers set up a Wi-Fi hotspot with the same SSID as a legitimate network in a cafe, airport, or hotel. You connect your device assuming it's the trusted network. Once completed, the hacker has full visibility of your traffic, and advanced setups can even perform DNS spoofing, redirecting requests to fake versions of legitimate websites. This allows attackers to capture login credentials, session tokens, and sensitive forms. More sophisticated evil twins can use SSL stripping to downgrade secure HTTPS traffic to unencrypted HTTP, making it readable in plain text. Some networks even inject malicious scripts into unencrypted web pages, which can silently install malware or keyloggers on your device without triggering any warnings. Packet sniffing is another technique used on public networks. When your device communicates with the router, the data travels as small packets containing headers and payloads. Hackers can use sniffing tools like Wireshark to capture these packets. Headers reveal source and destination IP addresses, while payloads can include unencrypted passwords, messages, and file transfers. Even with encrypted connections, metadata can be valuable, revealing browsing habits, locations, and frequently visited services. Advanced attackers can combine packet sniffing with traffic analysis, using timing patterns and packet sizes to infer sensitive information, such as which websites you visit, when you log in, and even directly reading the content. Malware injection on public Wi-Fi is another threat that often goes unnoticed. Hackers exploit insecure networks to inject malicious code into files or web pages you access. This can include Trojans, ransomware, or spyware. For example, a hacker can manipulate unsecured HTTP responses, injecting scripts that execute automatically on your device. Once installed, the malware can record keystrokes, capture screenshots, or create a backdoor for remote access. Unlike phishing or man-in-the-middle, malware injection can compromise your device silently, persisting even after you disconnect from the network. Certain malware variants are designed to spread laterally, moving to other devices on the same network, potentially turning an entire cafe or office floor into a vulnerable pool of infected devices. Phishing via fake login pages is a more targeted approach. Attackers create login portals that mimic legitimate services such as hotel Wi-Fi authentication or popular email providers. Users then unknowingly submit usernames and passwords, which the attacker captures instantly. More sophisticated phishing attacks can bypass common safeguards like SSL warnings by using valid certificates from compromised certificate authorities or by exploiting browser vulnerabilities. Attackers often combine this with session hijacking, where they steal authentication cookies to access accounts without needing a password. This allows them to bypass multi-factor authentication in some cases if the system relies on predictable session tokens. Public Wi-Fi also exposes devices to credential replay attacks. Even encrypted passwords can be intercepted and replayed by attackers to gain unauthorized access. For example, if a user logs into an unprotected service over a network, an attacker can capture the handshake or authentication token and replay it later to gain entry. Some attackers deploy automated tools to scan connected devices for open ports, outdated software, or unpatched vulnerabilities. Once identified, they can exploit these weaknesses remotely, installing malware or obtaining sensitive data. This method doesn't require constant monitoring, and attackers can automate large portions of the attack, affecting dozens of unsuspecting users at the same time. The financial incentive for these attacks is massive. Stolen credentials can be sold for as little as $15 for a simple login, up to hundreds or thousands for banking or corporate accounts. Malware-infected machines can be rented out for botnets to perform distributed denial-of-service attacks, cryptocurrency mining, or spamming campaigns. Large-scale data breaches often begin with something as simple as one employee connecting to public Wi-Fi and unwittingly exposing their company's network. Cybercriminals are motivated by the combination of high return and low risk, exploiting human behavior and the convenience of public Wi-Fi. Despite the risks, there are ways to protect yourself. Using a reputable VPN encrypts your data end-to-end, preventing man-in-the-middle attacks and making packet sniffing ineffective. Multi-factor authentication adds an extra layer of security, ensuring that even if a password is compromised, attackers cannot easily access accounts. Always verify network names before connecting, and avoid automatic connections to open networks. Keep your device and applications updated, as patches often fix vulnerabilities that attackers exploit on public networks. Using HTTPS websites ensures encryption between your device and the service, reducing exposure to interception or malware injection. Mobile data is generally safer than public Wi-Fi because cellular networks use stronger encryption and are harder to intercept. Using a personal hotspot is another reliable option when traveling. Understanding how attacks work allows you to recognize suspicious activity and avoid risky behavior. Small habits like turning off file sharing, disabling automatic Wi-Fi connections, and monitoring app permissions can significantly reduce exposure. Cybersecurity is as much about human behavior as it is about technology. Public Wi-Fi is convenient, but every connection comes with risk. Hackers don't need to be sophisticated geniuses. They exploit poor network security, outdated devices, and human oversight. By understanding the type of attacks, man-in-the-middle, evil twin networks, packet sniffing, malware injection, phishing, and credential replay, you can see how vulnerable your data is. Simple precautions like VPNs, multi-factor authentication, careful network selection, and awareness drastically reduce risk, keeping your personal and professional information safe. Next time you connect to free Wi-Fi, pause and consider if you trust this network. Convenience may be appealing, but your personal information, passwords, and sensitive data could all be at stake. Understanding the mechanics of these attacks not only protects you, but also helps you make better decisions about when and how to connect to public networks. Do you ever use public Wi-Fi, and were you aware of the risks it comes with? Let me know down in the comments, and please do subscribe if you've enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.